More local news is just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Looking for something unique, local, and just a click away? Discover MainStreetShopper.llc, your one-stop online marketplace featuring the best products and services from local businesses right in your community. From local boutiques to auto care, spa services, and everything in between. There's always something new to explore. New items added every week, so check back often and support local with every purchase. Shop smart, shop local. Visit MainStreetShopper.llc today.
Today will be mostly cloudy skies with a chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day with a high near 84. Showers and thunderstorms are likely tonight with a low around 67. Rain chances increase significantly overnight. Fun fact, thunderstorms can trigger volcanic-like sounds called skyquakes that rattle the ground without an earthquake. Keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
It's time for Simmons Says, the show that brings Warren County the latest news and stories from around the community. Hosted by Jeff Simmons, this program dives into everything from local events to major headlines. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Hello and welcome to Simmons Says. I am your host, Jeff Simmons. It's Father and Son Friday, which means I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Don Simmons.
Oh, am I the original man, myth, and legend?
OG, yeah.
Because you are the man, the myth, and the legend.
Yeah, we got the producer, Connor Witten, in the booth today, too.
Barely. Man, Connor.
Did you make it today?
Just barely.
Yeah. I
almost hit Raven getting here.
Oh, did you? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I confused my gas and brake pedal and almost went through a red light.
And it hit Raven. Oh, wow. And then we would have figured out who would have been the more valuable person to get the show on.
Yeah.
There. If y'all, like, hey, which one of us is going to wait for the cop, and which one of us is going to have to go over there and turn everything on and get it going?
What do you mean? I can't wait for a cop.
I think we've already figured that out.
I think we figured. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, we kind of already know the answer to that question. But
Connor, when a policeman says prior, does it make you nervous?
Anytime I see a shiny badge, I just instinctively start to want to run away.
Yeah.
Shiny.
I think I'm going to get me a shiny badge next time I come in.
Wow. Just want to make sure Connor runs away from you?
No, I just want to see if it really works.
Oh, I can.
It's like a cross on a vampire, shiny badge.
It's the only time I get my cardio.
I could call John. I'm sure he still got.
I'm sure he does.
John,
yeah.
I'd have John maybe even suit up, come in, knock on the window. He probably put the sunglasses on and everything. Yeah,
it was good to talk to John yesterday.
Yeah, had a conversation. Good conversations always. I saw y'all getting all chummy over there talking about me, I think, at one point. I was like, well, I don't know about that.
All three of the boys.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit about Doc.
Yeah. Well, let's start there. Let's start there because I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this. We talk about this is a father and son show, but I'm not the only one that's here that is a son. I'm the only one that is only a son. You've been a son and been a father and have been a father.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. It's crazy how that works. Doc, your father-in-law.
Yes.
Dr. Norman Roan. If we call him Doc, and and I've said what my thoughts with that is, but how have you gathered this week? What's it been like? What was his impact on your life?
Oh gosh, can't measure the impact that man has had on my life. That's for sure. But I just reflected, I guess, a lot about what he had meant to me over the years, or just what kind of person Doc was. The thing I liked about him is, and I don't know how to describe this, but he was almost like a child.
Yeah, I don't think people understand when I was brought up the don't grow up, it's a trap. Yeah. And I was like, he never grew up, and I think people were like, well, he was a business. I was like, no. He was a very responsible adult.
Absolutely.
But he approached life with a childlike wonderment.
He did. That's exact. He was curious. You know, like you guys were when you were like 8 and 9 years old. I mean, it was like 100,000 questions a day.
Yeah.
And the man read voraciously. You know, he had an appetite for knowledge like nobody I have ever met.
Yep. It was always any topic, big or small, he wanted to know more about it.
That's right.
Like if we had something going on, or I mean, there was never something that he kind of was just like, oh yeah, cool, all right.
Yeah, no,
Next topic.
No. He wanted to talk about. He wanted to fully talk it out every time, and he really was interested in what other people thought about any kind of particular topic too. And the other thing that always amazed me about Doc too is how he embraced new technology. I mean, he was fascinated by it.
Yep.
You know, where most people are like, you know, that's just a new way of doing things. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
No, he embraced it. Any kind of new technology, he was just all over that.
Hey,
he led McMinnville, I think, in the change, you know, to that kind of technology.
Yeah, I know it was Ben Emily in the comments. Emily, love you. He was always curious, interested, and involved, and I agree with that. I think that would be 3 very common adjectives to use him. Like you said, it's even as we've been in. I mean, how much have we talked about? It seems like, I mean, you listen to the shows and how much we've talked about change is coming.
That's right.
How we're going to embrace it.
That's right.
And like, I would have loved to had a lot more of him being able to parse all this out and bend his ear on this, because you know that in ways I mean, it's not that he was so much so that he's like, we always just got to be pushing forward and change.
No.
But he would have at least been like, where are we at? How does this help? What does this do? Is it best?
How is it going to affect everyone?
Yep.
Not just a certain segment. He wanted to know how all these changes were going to affect everybody.
Yeah, and he would have, and I really think that's what, you know, losing a lot of that, where you could call him and be like, hey, what you know, or seeing him at Christmas, or seeing him at family gatherings, and you know that he's going to have, like, you know, at some point he's not going to be timed out in the corner, kind of like waiting to go home. He's probably going to be sitting there waiting for the conversation to come up that he's like, oh, good. I've been reading about this for a while.
Absolutely.
And let me school y'all on some things.
There were things I always thought, well, I'm going to bring this up. He's not really going to know anything about it. Never happened. Ever.
I think he's at the house reading encyclopedias, going up and down on his stair elevator.
Well, and I think, the stair elevator was quite something.
When we talk about him embracing like the elevator that you can sit on,
it's a chair.
The chair.
Yeah, the electronic chair.
The electronic
stair chair.
Oh, the chairlift.
Yeah, the chairlift. Yeah, he loved the chairlift.
It was the stair chair.
Stair chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had that one for a while too.
Oh, absolutely. It's still there.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is using it now.
Good. Yeah. I know.
She better be.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
If I ever catch her walking up down the stairs, I'm going to strap her to that stair chair.
Yeah. He had that knee issue for, goodness gracious, it seemed like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he would have addressed it much earlier in his life, but he just didn't feel like he had the time before.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And the other thing about Doc is he was a servant at heart. You know, and that's one thing that, you know, John and I were talking about too, how, you know, Doc was almost jealous of people that were policemen, firemen. He had an almost reverence for people like that. But Doc was a servant, and he knew the sacrifice it took to be a servant and the toll it took on you personally, you know, to have a job that you were a servant for the community. So he always just spoke with those people with a certain amount of reverence. He always did ride-alongs with the police. I think he did ride-alongs with the fire department as well. He was involved with the 911 center a lot, talked about EMTs. You know, anybody that had a service job, he was just like, man, that's great.
And I even think that in some aspects, he even tried to apply that to his practice as much as possible. I mean, I think it was almost, like you said, I think there was a jealousy, but almost like a disappointment to him that like, oh, I actually have to try to make a little bit of money to at least keep this business together. Because I think he would have loved to have just been like, I would just do this for people.
Yeah,
do it.
bring me a few dozen eggs.
Yeah,
and I'll get you some glasses.
Yes,
I mean, he grew up like that.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I like I said. So I think when you talk about the service aspect of it, I think he just was like, hey, this is how they get to help with the badge or the fire. Like I can help with my knowledge.
Right.
And it was almost like it was almost like heartbreaking to be like, well, I do have to occasionally charge you a little bit of money, or we're not going to be able to keep the lights on over here.
No, but I can guarantee you, he did not get wealthy off of the public.
No.
You know, and in his mind, he would have rather done that. I really believe that he would have said, "Okay, this is a service I can give you. What can you give me back in return?" And he would have been glad to take bacon or steak or chickens or eggs or whatever in barter return.
Yeah,
for sure.
And yeah, you said it right there too, because he might have lived in a house where it wasn't a lot of meat eating, but he did.
Yeah, he was not opposed to meat.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to take our first break here on the Simmons Says show. We will be back, and we're going to I guess we'll get into some review, some coaching to see what happened for the rest of this week.
We might talk a little bit more about Doc. You never know.
Uh-oh. If I hear that, then I know it's father and son time soon. We'll be back.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Discover The Well at Tree City. Sip on expertly crafted cocktails, savor fine wines, or enjoy zero-proof sips. There's something for everyone.
Mondays, 2-for-1 beers. Wednesdays, wind down with 50% off any bottle of wine. And on Thursdays, get $2 off any well-made libation and delicious bar bites.
Experience the elegant atmosphere and let their knowledgeable bartenders mix up your next favorite drink.
The Well at Tree City, where every pour tells a story.
Cheers to great nights.
Visit The Well at Tree City. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank LVP for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet, 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
Come by Coffee Bank and Trust today and start earning better interest and better cash back on your primary checking account. Pair it with our Better Together Saver account and maximize your earnings. If you want better rates and better returns on your money, stop by and see us today at Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC.
It's the Justin Reed Show, 90s and 9.
I had to do it. I've been telling Raven, I was like, yeah, I got rid of it in the system for months.
No, this is the Simmons Says Show. And we want to make sure we thank our sponsors. The Simmons Says Show is brought to you in part by Douglas and Lanier Agency, your hometown insurance experts, specializing in commercial coverage for agriculture, contractors, and workers' comp. They protect businesses big and small.
Big and small.
Trust the team that knows hard work, straight talk, smart coverage. That's Douglas and Lanier. 811 Faulkner.
Douglas and Lanier.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, that was a little premature.
That's where I want to be, man. Hey. Douglas and Lanier, 811 Faulkner Springs Road, 474-0044. Dad and I had an argument last night. He says that I can't do the ad reads, ad-libbed. He says I still need to be able to read it to do them.
You're saying he can't be like Big Shady?
No.
No. I think that I could do like a 15-second snippet. To do the entire 30, 35, 40 seconds. Yeah, I still need to be able to glance and get the cues. But the addresses and the phone numbers and everything, and the close, the smart coverage, straight talk. I don't need that anymore. Even though I literally just glance back over to look at it again.
In fairness to me, Connor, I said that because I told him I noticed on every show there was two things that we had a conversation about. Okay, number one is wearing his hat. Okay, and I always say when you wear your hat, it covers your eyes.
It does.
Your mama wants to see your baby blues. And all those. What Connor did you say the age group was for a show? The 25 to 40-year-old women.
Yeah,
they want to see those baby blues.
Hey man, you never want them to know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
I think my eyes give it away sometimes.
Okay, the day you come in wearing shades, I'm roasting you.
What was it you told me the reason? What was the reason you told me you wore your hat down so low so people couldn't see your eyes? I mean, I said you were a gunslinger. You were talking about pitching.
Oh, I was talking about baseball pitching. And I always wore it over my eyes, and I was like, I think people thought it was because of intimidation. But it was probably because I was over didn't want them to see the fear in my eyes. Knowing I'm like, dude, I have no idea where this next pitch is going. So I hadn't thrown a strike in 2 innings.
Well, and what did I tell you?
What's that?
The batter him not knowing that you could throw a strike is not a bad thing necessarily. When you can throw the ball as hard as you could throw the ball, a little bit of wildness was a good thing.
Yeah. There's people out there right now going, there's no way that guy could pitch at all.
Oh, you could pitch. As a matter of fact, the first game that you ever pitched as a 10-year-old, you probably threw like 160 pitches that game.
We added it up. It was at least 120. Yeah. Man, coaching.
Coaching
back then. It was a different thing.
You either struck out or walked every batter that you faced, except two, I think.
Except for two. We had Chase McGee at second base, caught a pop-up and had a grounder. Other than that,
there you
struck
go.
out everybody.
Or walked.
I had more walks than strikeouts, but it was like 16 and 18. So
it was close.
If you want to do the math on that, 18 times 4 and 16 times 3.
Well, I think
that's a bare minimum.
The other coach just had a strategy.
Don't swing.
Don't swing.
See if he throws 4 balls before he throws 3 strikes.
He may strike you out. He may walk you, but chances are pretty good you're going to get on base.
Stone Man. Back in the day, man.
Boy.
Alex Guthrie just messaged me and said he was listening to old Big Don in the office this morning. So,
wow. Alex was a good ball player.
Yeah, he was.
And a mighty fine young man.
Oh, yeah. He's in the father realm now too. He's got a bunch of kids.
I know,
man.
yeah.
Goodness gracious. Everybody. Jealous, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Very jealous.
I knew it.
Very jealous.
All right, man. Well, let's do some summarizing. He said, "Big Don threw your arm out at 10 years old. That was the problem later."
Alex, if Alex is the one that said that, I'm sure Jameson or some of the rest of them would say the same thing too. But no, you didn't throw your arm out then.
No, not. It was actually not until like 14 or 15 that I when I stopped consistently throwing is when I messed up my arm. Like 14, 15, I was throwing like 75.
That's
and
right.
And then all of a sudden it was like, I remember I was in Cookeville. I think we were there.
I was there.
I was there, and then I was pitching.
Is it the Babe Ruth All-Stars?
Yeah, I was pitching really well.
Very.
Very, very well. And then I threw a pitch, and like right here, not the people that are on the radio have no idea, but like my back muscle up at the top of my right behind my left shoulder.
I'm sure Brandon Nichols could tell you exactly which muscle that is.
It just, I don't know. I threw and then I was like, man, that didn't feel good. And then I went to throw the next pitch and it had nothing. Well, I think like 3 hopped in there and I was just like, yeah. I looked. I was like, yeah, we gotta go.
Billy, take me out.
And
I think it was Billy Turner, wasn't it?
Let's see.
Was he coaching?
Mate, yeah, that sounds about. No.
No, he coached your Babe Ruth team. It wasn't the All-Star team.
I think it was Kyle Thompson's dad, maybe.
Might have been.
Might have been
Tommy.
Yeah, I think it might have been Tommy back then. Yeah, and then after that, I think we went back. I don't think it was an All-Star game. I think it was just that when we were doing that Babe Ruth Travel League where they had did like 15, where we were going to Sparta for a couple weeks.
I thought it was an All-Star game.
I think it was just because it was in Cookeville that you thought it was All-Star, but I think it was when Cookeville had put in a couple teams, Sparta put a couple teams. I think we had 2 or 3 teams in Warren County, and we all traveled and played. And then because I know I went back like a month later in Cookeville, and their coach was their first base coach. I was playing first, and he was like, "You're not pitching tonight?" And I was like, "No." He said, "Good."
Do you ever wonder if he said that because he was worried about how good you were going to pitch or how many people you were going to hit?
Nope. I never wondered. I assumed that it was a compliment. I took the compliment and went for it. But you might be right.
But by that time though, you had gotten over the wildness. But that's typical of left-handed pitchers. They usually start out wild and they don't gain their control till later.
It is what it is, man.
But in fairness to you,
could have been?
In fairness to you, what did I always tell you? Let it rip.
Hey, man.
Let it rip. Don't aim it.
Yeah, aiming it was the worst part. Like,
it was.
If I started trying to aim my pitches, it was over. I was like, I'm just going to try to throw it really hard and see what happens.
Throw it really hard and don't ever look at the batter.
Yeah.
Focus on the catcher's mitt.
Hey, you might have been as a pitching coach, like, let's see, that would have been in the mid-'90s. You might have been like 30 years too early with your pitching coach advices. Because now it seems like everybody's max effort stuff.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got 85 pitches max effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to see that tonight on the hill in Fayetteville. Yeah. There's going to be a lefty pumping 99.
Wow. That's crazy to think in high school, isn't it?
I'm talking. Yeah.
I'm talking about Tennessee
in Fayetteville tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be a lefty out there, and he's going to be trying to throw it through people's the glove.
Was that a wild game last night or what?
That was a crazy game last night. I'm pumped up. We need.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, win that one, and now you got the best starter in the country going tonight, and of course I'll say that, and he'll lay an egg.
Don't say that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to reverse jinx it at this point or something like that because he's been incredible.
I don't think you can jinx or reverse jinx that guy. That guy's just good.
He's gonna throw you Liam Dole for people that are listening. He's gonna give you 90 solid pitches
at least.
Yeah. Now, if they get some good swings off, they get good swings off. I think the people that were talking about it last night was that Zach Root that pitched for Arkansas, the starter of that game. That guy's nasty too.
Yeah,
Tennessee just put some good swings on the
Arkansas's got a very good baseball team.
Oh, very. I mean, everybody in the SEC has a good baseball team. So, I know Seth's been taunting me because Vanderbilt beat Tennessee in the series last week, and I just watched it. I'm like, Vandy's good.
They are good.
I was like, I'm not mad. I was like, everybody right now. The one that really cracks me up is like all these Tennessee fans. They're lemmings ready to jump off the cliff.
Oh.
We were talking about that with Rob's story, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But they're ready to jump off the cliff. So, they've lost 4 out of the last 5 series. They're terrible again. I'm like, who does everybody say is the best team in the country right now? It's a 3-letter team down there on the bayou.
LSU.
Yeah.
It's between LSU and Arkansas, most people think.
Tennessee went to LSU, and if not for a just implosion in the 9th inning, they take 2 out of 3 from LSU at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas's one of the best teams in the country, one of the most talented teams in the country. Tennessee's 1-0 in Arkansas with a chance to take the series with their ace tonight.
Yeah.
Tennessee's as good as anybody when they're good. They just need to be good consistently. There's the defense there. Oh, Coach Eric Ballou. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Said one time while I was pitching in Little League, I slipped on my release and threw the ball over the backstop. Umpire had to call time because he couldn't stop laughing so hard.
Eric, I can certainly sympathize with that. When I played softball, somehow I fancied myself as a shortstop and thought I had a really good arm. And I can remember catching a ball at the fairgrounds at shortstop and throwing it into the stands along the first base side, and you see like 30 people scattering up there. It was like a laser beam through there.
It's funny you say that because Pat Zetman tells the exact same story about a time when I was playing church league and I ended up playing shortstop and I threw it into the cars.
Well, I've done that
because she came back the next day. She goes, "Jeff's got a bionic arm." She was throwing it. I was like, I don't know where it was going. I was trying to make a play. I was like, the problem was, why was the lefty playing shortstop?
Yeah,
I was like, come on now. Dawn Wanamaker says she saw that.
She might have been like in that crowd that had to jump out of the way.
I'll also say too that, I mean, like I feel like I've heard some stories about you being in right field at Midway a couple of times and throwing it into the restaurant over there, which is it's Eva's, right?
Yeah,
or no,
I've done.
I think it's Renee's now. That's out there right across the ball field at Midway. I don't want to mess that up.
I used to do that because it was a short fence in right field at Midway, and it was downhill. So you were throwing the ball uphill at Midway, but I could still reach the cafe pretty easily.
Man, the stories. So hey, Blue's right. Sometimes you got to show off the cannon.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to let them know.
Put the
you got to let them know.
That's right.
Hey,
don't run on me.
You don't run on right field.
That's right. Don't run on me.
He said nothing wrong with a warning shot, Coach. Man, hey,
that's right.
We're gonna be looking for some warning shots from that Pioneer football team. Hey, red and blue scrimmage next Wednesday night.
I would love to see that.
Hey, let's let them know. Hey, first play, go route. We're throwing it deep. We'll let you know. You bring those safeties up. We're
going over the quarterback to let it rip.
Hey, we're going to take a break here on the Simmons Says Show. We'll be right back. Well, again, we want to make sure we thank our sponsors. Hit that music. The other music I was looking for, Douglas and Lanier.
Douglas and Lanier.
There we go.
I can't really do that to Connor because if we're going into a break, he's starting the actual bumper music. I can't make him flip on that. But hey, trust a team that knows hard work, smart coverage, straight talk. That's Douglas Lanier. 811 Faulkner Springs Road, 474-0044.
Talk Radio, WBMC News is next.
Hello, it's me from MES. I'm here to tell you about another way to pay your bill. It's our new phone line you can call anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on holidays. It's also easy to remember. 931-507-4MES. That's 507-4637. All you have to do is make sure MES has your correct phone number on file. When you pay this way, there are no card fees for bills up to $300. Pay your way with MES.
In the Main Street Journal News, despite going undrafted, Warren County football standout C.J. Taylor earned a rookie minicamp invite with the Los Angeles Chargers in the hopes of continuing his NFL dream. The former Vanderbilt captain and all-SEC safety traveled to California, seeking a roster spot as a hybrid safety/linebacker or special teams player. Taylor made history as Warren County's first Mr. Football and now joins Jeff Womack as one of the few pioneers to reach the NFL level. He received interest from several teams post-draft and chose the Chargers, who drafted heavily on offense. Taylor's journey from WCHS star to SEC standout was shared in an emotional letter to his younger self, thanking those who shaped him. Now Taylor faces the next challenge, making the Chargers' 53-man roster. More local news is just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
It's the Ben Lomond Security Red Alert Special. Grab a free combination smoke, heat, carbon monoxide detector with your new Ben Lomond Security service. This is close to a $200 value for free. When anything is detected, the combo detector triggers all other detectors audibly and visually in the system to quickly alert your family or coworkers. Feel more secure at home or the office knowing that Ben Lomond Security works around the clock for you. For a free quote and design layout, contact your local Ben Lomond Connect office or visit benlomondconnect.com. Some exclusions may apply. License number 1560.
Today will be mostly cloudy skies with a chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day with a high near 84. Showers and thunderstorms are likely tonight with a low around 67. Rain chances increase significantly overnight. Fun fact, thunderstorms can trigger volcanic-like sounds called skyquakes that rattle the ground without an earthquake. Keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says show. It is Friday, which means it is Father and Son Friday. I got Don Simmons in the
howdy.
It's always weird calling you Don Simmons. It's like his dad.
Dad.
Yeah, I was like somebody else has to call him Don. I don't call him Don. You're a Wayne. Didn't know you were a Wayne.
Yeah,
I heard that one yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like,
You did you?
I was like, right now? It's like you're just now finding out the guy's middle name. I was like, all right, buddy.
Well, every time I hear Wayne, the hair stands up on the back of my neck anyway, because the only time I heard Wayne was when I was in trouble.
Oh.
Donald Wayne?
Yeah, I've heard, if I get a Jeffrey Kyle every now and then, I know that I've probably done anything. Connor, are you keeping yours to yourself?
I go by my middle name. So.
Oh, yours middle name is Connor?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, for the people out there, don't say it. For the next week or so, let's keep this running. What is Connor's first name? If he goes by middle name Connor, there are people. I mean, of course, your dad or your dad and brother, I think, are avid Simmons Says watchers.
Yeah.
So they might. Don't spoil the fun right now. Let's all try to guess.
My guess is Herb.
Herb. I think no. If it was Herb, I think he'd go by it.
I go by Herb.
I just think his name that fits Connor.
Yeah, I was say I don't.
Herbert Connor.
Herbert
Winton.
Connor Winton.
Yeah.
Not really bad.
It's definitely not Bartholomew.
Is it Bartholomew?
No, that'd be wild.
It's like, is that one of those ones where you're throwing us off the scent? You could be Bart Winton.
If I went by Bartholomew, I wouldn't be allowed to touch technology, and I'd ride in one of those horse wagons.
How did we make it to whatever? What episode are we on now of the
I have no idea.
show? It was, last Tuesday was 50. 50, 51, 52, 53. I mean, fingers.
58.
Yes, 58. Hey, it's 58. Good call. You know this. You've done some research.
I did the math.
Go ahead. Hey. So you've done the math on this, and I think you had some kind of like interesting take on episodes, or was it listening to the Town Talk and talking about season renewals or something? Sullen's got into that too. What was your take on all this?
My take is this. Okay, you are up to 58 shows of the Simmons Says.
Yeah.
Right, and you've done 12 Warren County Sports Authority shows for a total of 70 shows.
At least 12 sports authorities, if not more. Well, you've
done some specials. That's right.
But so let's say 70.
I'm talking about the Wednesday night show.
Yeah.
Okay. And I looked this up online to see some of your favorite shows that you like to watch, like Peaky Blinders.
Love Peaky Blinders.
There were 36 episodes of that.
They're going to make a movie, though.
Okay, but 36
episodes. So
okay, and if they make a movie, it's 2 more hours.
Yeah.
Okay, but
yeah.
Ted Lasso, one of your favorites of all time, had 36 episodes.
They're starting season 4, but again, yeah.
Ozark,
Ozark's
which was a good one, had 44 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Boardwalk Empire had 56 episodes. I think that was more favorite of Brett's.
That's not me. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen Boardwalk Empire. But.
Better Call Saul.
Very good one.
61 episodes.
Yep.
Breaking Bad, 62 episodes. So
I've got them all beat.
You have had more episodes than every single one of those. And it's amazing to me because people don't think about this, I think, because you make it look really easy.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. I talked about that with John yesterday, too. Because John was saying, if Jeff was off on vacation, you could take care of the show. And I said, no, there's no way I could do what Jeff does. There's no. You have done more content creation in the time you've been here than the people at Peaky Blinders, Ted Lasso, Ozark, Boardwalk Empire, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and you're closing in on one of your all-time favorites, Game of Thrones.
73.
73
I
episodes.
know how many episodes of Game of Thrones there's been.
73 episodes. You're, by the middle of next week, you will surpass Game of Thrones in the number of episodes. And people don't realize.
We'll see about that. See if I make it another week.
As far as you should. Yeah, definitely should.
You never know.
But people don't realize how difficult it is to create content. Even if it's like Jerry Seinfeld and you talk about nothing, is like us talking about you playing Little League Baseball. Yeah, most people think that's nothing, but it's something. What I guess the thing for me is I look at your show. Of course, I'm prejudiced, but it's entertaining.
I appreciate that.
It's fun.
That's what we try to do here.
It's very fun.
Connor,
we love low quality entertainment, Jeff.
What's that?
We love low quality entertainment.
I mean, I don't know. I just got mentioned in the same
entertainment's
breath as
entertainment,
Peaky Blinders and Game of Thrones,
which was wild to me. Which also, I got a follow up question for the whole Game of Thrones thing, Jeff.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of Game of Thrones? What kept you interested?
I mean, the story.
Connor, look, we're not getting this started again. You guys got a little out of hand one day this week. I wasn't here.
Okay.
So you can't blame me for instigating.
What day did we? I mean, now you're
bringing it yesterday.
But now you're bringing it back up.
No. That's as far as I'm going.
He's not even gonna give us back whatever subject matter we were on. Is it bad to think that I can't even think off the top of my head what he's talking about?
I say lots of stuff. Who knows?
Connor knows.
Connor knows. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I like Game of Thrones just because it was cool. I mean, yeah, sure, there was some really hot women in the show too. But I mean, the
storyline was great.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I did.
Who was your favorite character?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, probably. Tyrion Lannister. Yeah.
You
had a great character.
I mean, I finally talked you into watching it after years and years, and then you and Em binge watched it. What was y'all's favorite? Mine was The Hound.
Oh,
I just told you.
I really like The Hound. Yeah,
you would. Well, because he was a large human being
with a heart of gold.
Well, only for a couple of the girls there.
Whatever.
Well, he took care of those two.
He did take
the
care
two
of the
sisters.
He did take care of the Starks.
At least he's saying you're like and don't look like the Hound.
I think he was kind of going there though.
No. Only in size.
Only in
You've
size.
got.
Yeah.
I could have said the Mountain.
Yeah.
I was about to say you've got just one brother, right, Jeff?
Two
brothers.
Two brothers.
Yeah.
Well, three. Yeah.
If you're the Hound, which one of your brothers is the Mountain?
I think they would probably say I'm the Mountain.
Yeah, that's right. They'd say, and Brett would be the Hound.
I don't know. I don't think any. I mean, in that scenario, I think I end up having to be the Mountain. But I mean, I wasn't holding any of their faces to the fire or anything.
I hope not. That'd be terrible.
I wasn't a bully as a brother. I don't know. I'll let them judge that. I guess I wouldn't say it wasn't too much.
You weren't.
No, I mean I could have been if I wanted to be. I think in some aspects,
it just wasn't in your nature.
But
you're a big teddy bear.
I like that. I like that thought though. What you're saying there. I like that. Yeah.
And again, people don't realize how difficult that is. I mean, for just my show that I do with you, and usually it's just 30 minutes, which is fine with me. But I take notes all week long just to do 30 minutes of radio with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible to me when I think about what it takes for you to get content every single day for an hour a day, and then 3 hours. I was going to say 3 hours. It's supposed to be 2 hours, I guess, on Wednesday night.
There's no real definition of it. It's usually somewhere between 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah, when you guys get going,
yeah,
it looks easy to everybody. I can tell you for sure it is not easy, people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're really going to twist my arm on this too, I've written like 125 stories.
I know you have.
During all that time.
I know.
Too. No, it's not. It's
but
not.
It's a constant thought process, I'm sure, for you. I mean, you're constantly having to think, what am I going to talk about?
There is an aspect of I go to bed every night thinking about like, hey, what's my storylines or what I'm going to do for tomorrow on the show. I mean, particularly on days where I don't have, like yesterday where I don't have a guest at all. I'm going to have to, I was like, unless Connor is just really, really, really on his game, I'm going to have to carry the show tomorrow.
One day this week, you and Connor were really both on top of your game.
Yeah. But then I wake up in the morning thinking, all right, got to get into game mode. But hey, speaking of getting into the mode of sales and just making good things happen for people. Reddit Brown Ford's making good things happen. If you're taking that short drive on 55, man, out to Morrison to visit Reddit Brown, which has the largest selection and the best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, the customer always comes first with Reddit Brown Ford and the general manager out there, Chris. You got his last name?
Nope.
I
asked you yesterday. That's what
Dan asked me. What's going on?
Chris Not Sullins.
Chris Chalfant. And you can visit them online at redditbrownford.com, or you can just go out there to 5917 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Reddit Brown Ford. Vroom, vroom.
There we go.
Power stroke power.
You're going to close your computer.
Yeah.
See if you can do it.
What's that? I just did that one.
I saw you glancing down.
I have.
Is it habit?
It almost is as a habit.
Next
anymore.
commercial, we're going to close it.
No, we're not. but we are going to go to break, and when we come back, we'll do a little bit more on the Simmons Says show.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Citizens Tri-County Bank would like to congratulate the 2025 graduating class. Best wishes for the future and a job well done. A big congratulations and a bright future for the 2025 class. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Considering that new Ford vehicle? Now is the time. Don't delay. And at Rogers Valley Ford, save now with the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event before the tariffs hit. Swing by and take a test drive this week. Ed Rogers has a full lineup of inventory. What's your favorite? Mustangs? A Ford Bronco? Ed Rogers Valley Ford can put you inside your new Ford F-150, Ford Mavericks, in stock and ready for your garage. Now is the best time to buy with Ford Employee Pricing. Plus, buy now before the tariffs begin. Every vehicle is tariff-free with Ford Motor Company Employee Pricing. You don't want to wait any longer. See the Ford of your choice this week and take a test drive. 111 Auto Lane, Sparta, just off Highway 111. Or see the current in-stock inventory at EdRogersValleyFord.com. Save now on the new car, truck, or SUV you need before the tariffs. From Ed Rogers Valley Ford, 30 years serving the Upper Cumberland with that friendly hometown feel.
I'm Rob Nunley, editor-in-chief of the Main Street Journal. When you want the stories that matter to you, the Journal's bringing all the local coverage you crave, and we're bringing it straight to your screen every day. If you want to stay in the know about local politics, sports, events, and more, the Journal's experienced staff of reporters is your go-to source. So visit mainstreetjournal.llc to subscribe today for unlimited access to all our local content. Check out the Journal. Once again, that's www.mainstreetjournal.llc. Subscribe now.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
Talk Radio WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMCRadio.com.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. I want to make sure we get to thanking our sponsors. You know, are you going to get mad at me because I'm going to sit here and look down for a second?
No, I'm not mad at all. I think I've won my argument.
You think you've won your argument?
I think I've won my argument.
Well, hey, the cafe at Tree City is located on 809 Sparta Street. Looking for a bold espresso, maybe a nice chilled latte?
Yeah.
They have them both. You can get either or both. Don't matter.
That'd be an awful lot.
Hey, you know, the cafe at Tree City is open from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. And they have some new bold flavors over there at the cafe at Tree City. You got to go over there and check them out. They're doing a great job over there. And in fact, we're looking forward to our next big-time live remote. We did that one earlier in this month, and I think it went really, really well. We'll do it again.
I enjoyed it.
We love the cafe.
We going to the well this time? At 9 a.m. in the morning?
At 9 a.m. in the morning? No, that might end up being like
5 o'clock somewhere.
You think the well at Tree City would end up sponsoring maybe like that pregame show that they were talking about doing? Well, it's a long ways away.
What's the phone number?
Let's make any deals there. We don't pitch the phone number at the cafe at Tree City.
What's the address?
It's 809 Sparta Street. Pop. I can check it, make sure. Hit it all. Hey, I tell you what, you can download the Local by Toast app, and all you gotta do is search the cafe at Tree City, and you can get your order on the go. They'll come out and bring it to you. Oh, wow. Skilled baristas ready to craft that perfect cup for you.
Do you think they have my version of lattes?
Yep. Hey, you can. Whoa. Hey, drink up, sip up, and enjoy the cafe at Tree City. Boom! Roasted y'all like some coffee beans. I can do this stuff.
You had it until you said that. You were doing great.
Boom.
And honestly, I think Campbell's probably going to call and be like, "Hey, next time, just read it. Read it how we wrote it, man."
Which honestly, I will say, like, you do a better ad read than I would, because I'd be like, "You like coffee? Go see the people at that coffee place at the."
The coffee makers at the coffee place over there on Coffee Street.
Yeah. There's a coffee place here in McMinnville. Not really sure where it's at, but you should go.
Well, I can tell you the cafe.
Just drive all Sparta Street, you'll find it.
Yeah, well, the cafe at Tree City is located on 809 Sparta Street, so I can tell you that right now.
They'll leave a light on for you.
Hey, now you can't be stealing other people's lines and applying it to a different place. Come on now. Can't do that. That's not allowed. I don't think that's allowed.
I don't know what's allowed, honestly. I'm just constantly flying by the seat of my pants.
Yeah. This is the Simmons Says show where you can have it your way. It's like, no, you don't get to just steal. You don't get to steal other people's big cap, whatever that is. I don't know what word.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. Yeah, you can't steal other people's catchphrase. I can't even do prove us wrong. We'll wait. That's the Sports Authority. The Simmons Says is like, I don't know. He's something about being caffeinated. I've heard the ads.
Oh yeah.
How about
he's a mess? Yeah. But at least he asks the right questions.
What if we say prove us wrong? We'll wait, but only for 5 minutes.
I don't know.
You've got until the spot block to prove me wrong.
That's right.
You've got anywhere from 2:40 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong, but I might not put you on air to show it.
Hey, we don't back up and punt. Again, the Sports Authority, which you may or may not hear next week. All right. We want to talk about the graduation because I think you and I both graduated. I was at my graduation.
Twice.
Yeah, I was at my graduation, so I know I did. You were saying earlier that you spoke at yours. Connor, do you want to verify whether or not you graduated? Connor said he has 2 degrees. So yeah. So he's graduated 3 times.
I went to my high school graduation, then did not go to either one of my college graduations.
Yeah, nice.
Because I went to my brother's and I was like, that's enough.
Yeah, that'd be enough. Yeah,
Like-
I didn't want to. I didn't even want to go to my college graduation.
did not.
I got forced into it. It was like at 8 a.m. on a Saturday. I was like, this is terrible. I was trying to get to West Virginia.
And do you remember the graduation speech?
At my graduation, yeah, where
At
the guy,
UT?
the state treasury guy says you're graduating into the worst economic climate since
Exactly.
the Great Depression.
That was such doom and gloom.
Are you
of that.
serious?
Yes.
absolutely.
That is fantastic.
Legitimately, that's the only thing I remember about my graduations. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to go back to my job as a pooper scooper at the vet clinic that I work at.
You guys
with
are
my business
screwed.
degree. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, I'll tell you this much: Lauren Slatton, London Caton, and I think Sarah Grissom, who are all on the Town Talk program this morning. You can go back and watch that. They all said they were giving speeches. I think AT Aaron Templeton's gonna be doing the prayer. Y'all can't do a worse speech than that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
I
you
agree.
go over there and say, "We're all screwed. Let's go home. This is terrible." Like, I mean, he's just like, you're basically graduating into the Great Depression. You know, you hit your wagons, head west.
That was what I took from it. I tell you, it was really depressing. I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Emily, that was the most depressing grad speech I had ever heard.
It was.
Man, yeah, 17 years. Hey, it had a lasting impression.
I know it did on me. You know, I was thinking you should ask for a refund.
Well, you said that you read Rob's column about graduation and what his speech would be, and I think it kind of hit home with us both.
I thought that was a great article.
Yeah, you could read that.
Robservation.
You can read that on the Main Street Journal, the Robservation, and I agree. I think that
I do too.
He said a lot of different things there, which was basically you can enjoy everything that happened in high school.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is the best time of your life." He's like, "You don't have to. It doesn't have to be. More so, you hope that it's not."
Well, like you guys talked
There's
about
a lot
Wednesday.
more life.
Yeah,
there's a lot more life.
You say, if that is the best time of your life, whew, Lord, you're not going to be living much the next 20 to 30 or 40 years.
I mean, heck, or you get like a Doc 89.
Yeah.
I was like, you got 71 more years after 18.
That's right.
So let's hope that you didn't peak at 18.
Yeah.
Or life peaked for you at 18. That's pretty tough.
That would be kind of terrible.
Yeah, so
It's just a transition.
Yeah, but what so you gave it I found this out today. You gave a speech at your graduation?
I did.
What did you talk about?
Citizenship. Talked about citizenship.
What do you know about citizenship?
Well, I was trying to find out about citizenship.
Fair.
It was.
Fair.
I was just getting old enough to vote and talking about what a great responsibility it was to be able to vote.
Yeah.
Because, people don't vote as much as they should anyway. I've always believed that. Even when I was little, I thought, man, I can't wait till I get to the point where I can vote. But we talked about citizenship. They only gave us about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But, the basis of my speech is what John F. Kennedy said. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And kind of like what we're talking about with Doc.
Yeah.
What kind of service can you be for your country? Everybody has a part to play.
Yep. Yeah. That's not bad. I'll give it that. I'll give that speech a B+.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it live.
Oh, I couldn't give you the full 3 minutes. I think I can go home somewhere. You know me, how I collect stuff. I probably got that speech, the handwritten speech, somewhere in my office.
Probably so.
At home.
Next Friday, that's how we'll start the show.
What's that? With his his
grad speech.
Yeah. Well, he's still
Four
mad.
score.
You do realize he's still pretty mad at you and I both right now. Where he brought in those cassette tapes.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Have y'all listened to those yet?" And I was like, "I don't know if we have the capabilities."
I told you
here.
we do.
Oh, we do.
No,
Oh,
BMC studio.
see? Okay. Well,
I
there you
didn't
go.
say I was mad about that.
He's not mad about it, but he's been
I do-
waiting.
He's
been
not mad,
waiting
he's
for us
disappointed.
I'm just anxious because, I remember that.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a lot of fun to listen to you as a 17-year-old talking about the same things that you're talking about now.
That is funny. Yeah. It's like, he's been talking about this stuff for 20 years.
Man, he hasn't changed 20-something years.
You think I was still doing the intros the exact same way and everything too? Hello and welcome to.
I feel like more like angry Chris Sullins.
Yeah,
Just
a
like
little
sound-
higher,
a little bit higher.
16-year-old voice was a little bit higher back then. That
No,
could have
I
been.
think you were probably about the same.
Who knows?
Hello.
Yeah. You think I'll start? Maybe I threw in a Doc. Hey,
Hey, this This is Jeff Simmons.
Connor, we got OT in us today?
Yeah, we can do OT.
A little bit of OT? All right. Yeah, well, I was going to say, because I think Dad and I have a lot of, because I like this topic about graduation. And again, class of 2025, congratulations.
Yeah.
Four great kids that we had on the that Raven had on the show today. I coach two seniors that'll be graduating next Thursday. We've had copious amounts of kids that have come through on the Simmons Says show that'll be walking that stage tonight, and I'm excited for all of them about what they can go and do. And
but just don't look at it as an ending.
No,
look at it as a beginning.
Yep. I agree.
That's
with that
my advice.
Yep. Again, we want to thank the cafe at Tree City, 809 Sparta Street, open 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Skilled baristas waiting to craft that perfect cup for you over there on 809 Sparta Street. We're going to take this to OT. For the people that are on WBMC, enjoy the good news with Justin Reed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you want to stick with us on Facebook Live, we'll be on OT on the Simmons Says program.
Lying in the park on a beautiful day, sunshine in the grass, and the children play. Sirens passing, fire engine red. Someone's house is burning down on a day like this. The evening comes and we're hanging out on the front step, and the car goes by with the windows rolled down, and that war song is playing. Why can't we be friends? Someone is screaming and crying in the apartment upstairs. Funny the way it is, if you think about it. Somebody's going hungry and someone else is eating.
We good to go?
Sorry, yeah, I just faded that song out.
Sorry. Yeah, I was like, man, we're just carrying Dave all the way through it. We're over here joking at the break. Hope nobody heard those jokes though.
I certainly hope not either.
Yeah, but no, we're back in the OT portion. I'm sure.
I've really got to be careful about what I say.
No, why? Why? We did. It's not like we roasted you right in the middle of the.
Oh no, not right in the middle of it.
Yeah, but hey, we're in the OT session, and hey, while we're at the OT session, just to make sure that I don't think I opened up C Block with it, but I closed C Block with it, so I'm gonna make sure again that we thank our sponsor on the Simmons Says program, Reddit Brown Ford. Again, you can take that short drive on 55. Go see Jordan, the service manager. They'll take care of you. Him and his fine team, certified technicians, can go ahead and do it. You can look at.
Oh, there we go.
I'm not even on it. Hey,
now,
Jordan and his fine team and certified technicians will take care of you. You can visit them and schedule your service at ReddickBrownFord.com, 5917 Manchester Highway. I have the video feed pulled up. I don't even have ad reads pulled up right now.
Okay.
I did notice something.
What's that?
With your all the other ad reads?
Yeah.
Normal Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Reddick Brown Ford.
Yeah.
NPR Jeff.
Man, I don't know.
Why do you get classy with Reddick Brown Ford?
Well, he doesn't on the Warren County Sports Authority.
Oh, wait. The thing about talking, it's hard to get through a Reddick Brown Ford ad read on the Sports Authority because I know that Sullins and Trev are going to, they're power stroke power, vroom vroom. So I'm like, I had to just
kind of revs you up.
Yeah, I got almost like, I'm going to talk over them to make sure that if I get a number.
Sure ADHD theater over there isn't messing up your ad read.
Yeah. I don't think that. I mean, I think Reddit Brown loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Mystery Science 3000.
I don't think they're sponsoring that shirt
design.
I
was about to say, did you show them my shirt?
I haven't showed Dad the shirt yet.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about the people at Reddick Brown Ford.
No, have not. I'll pass that one on.
I'll stop by there today.
Okay.
I'll let them know that you're the one that designed it.
I think that's pretty cool.
I'm okay
Warehouse
with it.
Discount Grocery serving McMinnville.
I was gonna say, I knew we were going to have an ad that started up at some point, and during OT it always does. Again, if you want to stick with us in OT, that's great. And if you want to go and check out the very first episode of The Good News with Justin Reed, that'll be on WBMC 97.7 FM. Dad, we talked about that. You wanted it live, but Justin can't be two places at once, man.
It's a shame.
But
I think it
Justin
would be
Reeds
cool
would
live.
be great for the world, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for the call-ins of being like, hey, can you tell Justin about this news story too?
That would be funny.
I can.
You
It'll
can
be
tell.
on next week's edition.
Yeah, it'll be in the next week's. He's not going to be. Yeah. So hey, I'm proud of him. I think he's really fired up about the idea on that.
He should be.
We had a couple. We were closing out. We were talking about graduation, and I think graduation always lends itself to reflection. Once you're, if it's not you, I mean, everybody that's walking across that stage tonight, I don't think they're. I mean, they might be talking about reflecting a little bit on their 4 years at the high school. But for the most part, you think they're all looking forward.
It should be.
Yeah, well, I'm 39. You're older than that. And I think
I'll be 67 next month.
I was gonna say, I think we all start kind of looking back and reflecting. And I think you had a question about it, that about what with reflection or anything like that. What was your question?
Oh, I didn't have a question at all.
You didn't have a question at all?
No question.
You lie.
No question.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll ask you then. I mean, as you start reflecting on things, is there any kind of big moment that you would like to, that you wish you had a do-over on?
You mean high school or life?
No, life. Do-over on life.
You want one, or you want a top 10 or a top 20 or a top 25?
The problem is you have probably a top 10 that you could do, but I think you need the week to write it down.
Yeah.
You could probably throw one out right now, but I mean, if I was, sure, do a top 10, you'd be like, let me come back to it. I'll have you one by next week.
Yeah.
Is there any ones that, any glaring thing that you're like, and I mean, when we talk about I think some people are like, oh, it has to be something seismic. I mean, it's something might have been as simple as like, hey, I wish I would have pursued this job a little bit sooner, or this. I mean, like, because I could have got to something a little bit quicker or something like that.
No, I've always had one biggest regret, that I didn't graduate college.
Fair.
I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. All 4 of them graduated from college. And I was the only one in my family that did not graduate college.
So let me ask you something.
Sure.
The easiest questions going on. You've retired now. Why don't you just do online college and graduate?
I just don't think it's worth it now.
Not to feel that. I mean, do you think that that's because it won't feel that regret thought?
No.
Like now it's like, hey, I didn't do it then, so it's not gonna matter as much now.
Well, I won't be able to do anything with whatever degree I get. That's the thing about it. So it feels like it'd be a waste of money.
Fair. I mean, I can't argue with that.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to make a new career at 67.
No, I mean, probably not. I mean, I wouldn't think so. No. So, okay, fair enough.
That's my biggest regret. What about yours?
Biggest. Emily won't give him a raise with a degree, Ryan Williams said.
And that is absolutely the truth.
Connor,
it's not going to double my salary on this show either.
I don't know if I don't have a lot of, I mean, like, I don't have any kind of deep regrets or anything like that. I mean, if you want to go back to the college route, I think that at the very least, and this is something I would tell all graduating kids right now, and I hope that if they want any of my advice on this is, if you are going to go to college, you need to make it work for you in some aspects. I don't know why you're doing it or not. Make sure you don't say anything because I can hear your mic's on over there.
Sorry, I was aware it was on. I just didn't realize that my can was so close to the mic.
I was like, I never mind if your mic's on, but I just don't. But if you don't know it, I don't want you to.
That's the
I
problem.
don't want you to drop something and
no
go on to a diatribe that I'm like, all right, well, the Simmons says we're not going to make it past Game of Thrones now.
I didn't hear anything, but was there a? No.
Clip that. That. Clip him making that noise.
There I go again.
Yeah, now you're an OT too. Now you're an OT too, so you're in a lot of trouble.
Here we go.
No, I would say for kids right now, I would say try to make that, like, I look at the people that I went to school with.
Yeah.
College with. Jameson. He went into college and he was like, I'm going to be a pharmacist. He's a pharmacist now.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Obarski, he was in broadcasting. Well, he went into broadcasting. I had a business degree. Had no clue as I was getting my business degree what I was going to do. And I kind of had to wait to figure out what I ended up doing. I'm still in some aspects. You're like, now I'm like, I mean, what my degree's in isn't really what my job's in, and it's rarely ever been on that.
No, it's never too late.
Yeah,
but I think you enjoy what you do.
Yeah, I get
that's
that.
what you meant to do.
But if I had a do-over in some aspects, and I know that this might come off as like condescending or anything like that, in some aspects right now, that if I had a do-over, I would have just kept pushing with the Sports Authority when I had it as my website and stuff like that, because I look at it now, and of course, with what I'm doing now, and really in the media, in the form of media that is in Warren County right now, I think two of the more popular sources of people getting their information now are built almost exactly on the template of what I was doing then.
That's right.
That I think people took I'm not saying, look, I'm not some revolutionary idea person or anything like that. I just think in 2020, when I went and said, hey, I'm going to open the Warren County Sports Authority.com and put all this stuff on a website, I think it was the natural progression of how you were going to end up getting your news. Mm-hmm. And I was ahead.
Right.
And then kind of gave ground up. And now, granted, like I said, I don't know if I would have been able to do on my own what Rob and Seth and I have been able to build with the journal and with the help of people that are investing in that. But on a lot of aspects, like in some aspects, I'm like, I think I had the right template on my own. So I don't know. I mean,
so you did push that a little bit further.
I think that it would have been an idea. It could have been an idea of like if instead of just saying let's just stop it and completely, it might have just been like, hey, why don't I go and keep this idea and push through? Because now in some aspects I'm having to rebuild back out what I already had set in place 3 years ago. So in some aspects, I'll backtrack for 3 years to get back to where I was at.
Right, yeah.
Where I was at. Now, granted, like I said, I with a lot of help now that's helping push it and keep it in the forefront. But I do look at that, and I'm like, just to being perfectly honest, there were a lot of people over these last 3 years that were always saying, "I wish you had never stopped."
Yep.
Type deal, and now I look at it, I'm like, now that I'm doing exactly what I was doing then, I was like, you're kind of right. I should have never stopped.
Well, you haven't.
Yeah. Well, I haven't.
It's just in a different format now.
It's just in a different format. Yeah.
But
and then also too, I don't want to go into the other one because we all had relationships that we can ask for do-overs or anything like that.
True.
Sometimes when someone says that when they're like, yeah, I don't think this is working out, you might want to just take it on the first instance, not try. Everybody will say, oh no, if you think it's right, you got to make it work. I'm like, sometimes you just need to on the first time when they're signing.
Take them at their word.
Okay, yeah, you're not in on this. I am. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's go. Yeah. So, anyways, but
everybody has that.
Everybody has those. And maybe not Connor. I don't know.
I was perfect in every single relationship I've ever had, so there's just something wrong with them, and it's fine.
There you go. Yeah.
You smell something?
It's
pretty strong in here.
Water's getting deep.
Well, you know about you and I have talked about this a lot, and I've talked to Adam and Brett about it too. The biggest thing you can do in life is you just can't keep looking back.
Yeah.
You always have to keep looking forward.
Yeah. Learn.
Everybody makes mistakes. Every single person makes mistakes. Except Connor. Yeah, except Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except Connor. But
you learn, evolve.
You can't dwell on them.
No.
What you have to do is just say, okay, it was a mistake. This is why it was a mistake. This is what I'm going to do differently going forward. And you just got to keep moving forward. If you dwell on your past, if you dwell on your mistakes, you're never going to move past where you are at that point.
Yeah.
And your life is going to be miserable.
And if you're not learning from it, you're going to keep making the same ones too.
That's exactly right.
How many times have we heard those that don't don't learn from the past or
doomed to repeat it.
Doomed to repeat it. Yeah, thank you.
It's history.
Goodness gracious.
It's
Sounds like
history.
George Bush trying to do the won't get fooled again.
That is my favorite. There's a saying in Texas.
I don't know if it's in Tennessee, but in Texas.
Come on, man.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
You should have finished reading that book to kids. Come on. You could learn a few things.
Fool me twice. Can't get fooled again.
That was my ringtone from my old boss.
It's honestly so good.
It makes me, like,
really
I
good.
wasn't a huge fan of him, but it makes me miss him so much.
George
going
W.
back.
Bush had two of the best moments ever. Was that one and the one where he's giving the speech about we're going to get all these terrorists, but he's on the tee box of a golf course.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this basically goes into his dad, like, this aggression will not stand type deal.
Is that when he does the same one where he's like, watch this drive?
Now watch this drive. Yeah, exactly.
It's that, and then also the shoe.
That's Texas.
You bring up the shoe like once every 2 weeks.
Dude, did you ever play the mini game where it's just you having to throw a shoe at George Bush?
No.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. The look on his face when he pops back up of like bewilderment, but also like he's almost laughing.
Yeah.
Kind of like, really, man?
Yeah, a shoe.
You thought you had me.
I wish he just roasted the person on the shoe choice.
Yeah.
He's like, what are these busted Jordans doing?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like when you talk about like funny, cool moments for presidents, like that one's up there. The one where after Reagan got shot and then he's giving the speech and the balloon pops.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, miss me.
Oh, Reagan was a funny guy.
Like stuff like that. Hey, I like him, hate him, be the controversy or what conspiracy theories or whatever. The Trump fist pump when he's getting carried off the stage with the blood running down his cheek. That's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah.
But I mean,
some cool photos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cool photos or stuff like that. I was like, the cool moments of that. I was like, there's some like, but George Bush kind of laughing at the dude when he threw a shoe at him. I'm like,
I can tell you, if somebody shot at me and hit my ear, that is not the reaction you're going to get from me.
The fist pump?
No.
Carry me off?
No. I'm still going to be on the ground.
Well, I don't know. I've always...
I'll be asking the Secret Service, where's my extra pair of underwear?
Not that we want to make this we're not going to turn this into a political debate, but you've heard me say this a lot on at the breakfast table on Sundays and stuff like that. A lot of the times my president's judging is like, I always say it's like the golf course test. Who would you want to go play 18 holes of golf with? And I've always said that. I was like, I would go play 18 holes of golf with Trump. Biden, not so much. Obama, yeah.
Clinton,
he'd be cool.
Clinton, yeah. George W. Bush, yeah. Like in some aspects, I was just like, hey, would I go and be able to talk and feel like I could have a pretty good human reaction? And now do I think that maybe like Trump's kicking the ball out like Judge Smales occasionally?
This is a good idea for a show.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Next time there's a presidential election, you should contact every one of the people that are running and say, hey, I want to play 18 holes of golf with you just to see if I would vote for you. Because that's going to be my measuring stick.
Yeah.
You just pull Lauren Slatton back out dressed as you.
Now, Lauren's going to play in my spot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
You're just going to go with them. Yeah. There you go.
Maybe we could do that. Obviously, I'm not going to get the presidents out here, but maybe we could do that with like the local officials.
Well, you might get some obscure guy running for president.
Hey, Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic did run for president.
there you go. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like there's such a human aspect of like when I just like, man, I just want to know that. Yeah. In some aspects,
you want to know they're a real person.
Yeah, you can embrace a very human moment. Look, I think golf is a really good. I think golf
is
very
humbling.
Exactly, it's a very humbling sport. So I want to make sure that you're like not like trying to be perfect all the time, because I think golf is the ultimate thing where it's like, dude, if you think you have to have like an image type thing, golf breaks that immediately.
Right. Yeah,
because I mean, even the best golfers in the world are getting the bleep button put on them every now and then. Like, they're the best golfers in the world, Like golf's gonna show me some of your personality that maybe the camera doesn't catch.
No,
because you're gonna have a moment where your poise is tested,
tested deeply.
Yeah, and sometimes I want to see you break character and be like, I can't believe that.
Yeah,
can't believe I shanked that one. and then I want to know if you're gonna cheat.
You want to know if he's gonna have a cold one on the turn, right? Or 2 or 3.
The turn. Yeah. Can you be? Yeah.
After hole 9.
I know it. I knew what it meant. I was like,
okay.
I was just waiting all the way to the turn to get a cold one.
Well, at least.
All right. Well,
or is he gonna, bet you hole by hole?
Fair. Need to know these things. I gotta know that. I want to know these things about
shot for a shot.
Fair. Gotta have that birdie juice every now and then. Yep. All right, Dad, is there anything else that you wanted to get to? Because, you got a whole page of notes there.
Oh, yeah. The one thing that you talked about, there's several that you talked about, but one of the comments that the kids made that you had on from the track team was that Facebook was for old people.
Oh.
You remember that comment?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, well, if Facebook is for old people and I don't even have Facebook, what does that make me? Like a dinosaur or something? Connor? Yeah.
Carrier pigeons were very fashionable for a long time.
Yeah.
So
they were.
Smoke signals.
Yeah. I don't know. If you don't have Facebook, he's old school listening to the Simmons Says program, man.
Tunes it into the actual dial?
No, I think he watches it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I do watch it on YouTube live.
Yeah. So he's not that. I guess that would make you. Well, I don't know. You're a YouTube guy, I guess. I don't know what that does, but
it's the only technology I understand.
Yeah. Well, the last thing on the age too, because I think you had also a comment for Drew Walker on the Am I Too Old To, where we were talking about the gray and everything, and he said everybody loves gray.
No, he said chicks.
Yeah,
it's like a chick magnet.
Yeah,
to have gray hair. I can tell you that this is gray hair everywhere.
Yeah,
it is not a chick magnet. Gray hair does not turn you into George Clooney. No. Not at all.
I wish it would.
Well, if it did, I'd be in great shape.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
Yeah,
not at all. But
yeah,
then you were the too old segment that you have with Silver Scissors.
Yes,
got to mention them.
Mm-hmm.
To give in to peer pressure, that whole conversation you were talking, I just kept thinking back to Old School, the movie, and I was thinking Jeff's kind of like Frank the Tank. Giving into the peer pressure. He's like, let's go, boys. We're streaking at the square.
So you gave me a great idea, Don.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, what are you wearing for your 5K?
Bring your green hat.
Hey, he could do like another episode of Will Ferrell on Saturday Night Live and wear those stars and stripes. You remember that episode?
Yeah, but it's actually the Stars and Stripes 5K.
Yeah, that's right. You can wear that.
All right.
No.
I'm not running with you.
Wait.
No.
It'll be a challenge, Jeff. You like challenges.
No. Sullins is the challenge guy.
You like challenges.
Sullins is the challenge guy.
So between you, Trev, and Sullins, whoever quits bungee first, because they said they'd run that 5K, yeah?
They actually said they'd run the Stars and Stripes 5K if I ran the Tunnels of Towers in under like 35 minutes. But
we'll get them to do it. We'll get them to do it.
Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Peer pressure. Connor's going to do it. He's going to make sure.
Look, I'm all about good content, Jeff.
Dude, I'm trying to make it to July. What are you talking about?
Like, you want to be like Peaky Blinders?
Mm-hmm.
Good content, man.
Okay.
Banana Hammock, Stars and Stripes, dog.
I don't think that's it.
But that whole episode, that's what I was thinking. Jeff's like Frank the Tank, and
I was just trying to go to Home Depot, man.
Chris is the Godfather. Owen Wilson, or not Owen Wilson, but the other Wilson,
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson. He said, "Okay, boys, this is what we're going to do." And Jeff's like, "I'm in. Let's go."
Man, I was just trying
to the square.
I was just trying to get to Home Depot, man. I don't know. I'll have one.
Yeah.
And the other scene I was thinking about was in the grocery store, and he's. All right, I still got it.
Yeah. All right, folks. That's going to do it for the Simmons Says show today. Dad, appreciate you coming in. Connor, always
a pleasure.
Always fun to get your 2 cents on things.
Yeah.
Connor's comments. We're going to have to, how have they not already sold those? sold an advertisement for that.
They're worried about what I'll say if they start selling advertisement around it.
Are we not going to discuss the other thing that we talked about before?
What's that?
What you would do differently in your show? If you, looking back, what you would do different in this show?
On the Simmons Says show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is there anything going forward you think you might want to change?
Great question.
Would you want to start doing food reviews? Restaurant reviews?
The only problem,
entertainment schedules.
The restaurant review thing, I think actually was even pitched this past week, and then, I mean, there's a twofold thing that happens with restaurant reviews. One, if you did it in McMinnville and you really focused on local and not chain, you're done in like 4 months, even if you did them like once a week.
Yeah, but you could do a different meal at each restaurant for a while.
Fair. So I mean, but you're gonna cycle that out. I think it would get stale pretty quickly on that one. 2, we run a business. What happens when your idea of a food place runs diametrically opposed to who pays the bills? And then all of a sudden it's like you put yourself into twist yourself into a pretzel. And I prefer, at this point, I would just prefer to stay out of that pretzel.
Because we know you like DoorDash, Jeff. Start rating all the DoorDash drivers.
Well, here's my thing with it. There's a 0% chance I'm giving a bad review to any food place ever because every single food place in McMinnville, except for apparently the one that we were breaking on Main Street Journal where there's a Greek place coming in. I haven't had it yet, but I've eaten it almost every other place in McMinnville. I don't know, 10, 20, 30 different times.
You don't think people are want to know your opinion?
You're
a connoisseur.
All you're going to get is what my favorite dish is at each of those places because I know that this is what kills me.
People want to know, Jeff.
This is what kills me about places. Like, you might have a bad experience one time, but unless it was just a systematic failure that you don't think that they'll repeat every single time you go in there, 9 times out of 10, it's like your food just wasn't good that time. Maybe it was the thing you ordered. Maybe it was just, that they just had a bad day, they were off or something like that. There's a fair to good chance that the next time you go in, depending on maybe you change your food order or maybe they just they're having a good day instead of a bad day, that it'll be fine. Or it might even be really, really good. Like, yeah, every single restaurant. I mean,
see, that's what you're hoping for.
Brett, my brother, your son, owns a restaurant, Mud Bums.
Yes.
I've been to Mud Bums countless amounts of times. There are things on the menu that I know almost 99% of the time I will order that and it'll be good. And then there will be a time that I've ordered something that I was like, I want to give that a try. And I was like, hey, it just wasn't that good. But it wasn't because that doesn't make Mud Bums bad. It just meant that Mud Bums on that day didn't have something that I enjoyed as much as, because really all you'll end up comparing it to is I should have just got what I normally get.
Yeah,
because I knew that's good.
You special order everything though.
Yeah, but
yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Not everything. But
we were just there. We've been there in the last 2 days. What did I special order?
Your Philly cheese wrap is different than the normal Philly cheese wrap, is it not?
The chicken bacon ranch wrap?
No,
it has chicken bacon and ranch in it.
But you do a Philly cheese that's different.
No, I don't. Brett does. Brett used to get A1 sauce in it.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange.
I mean, it's Philly steak. But I'm saying, like, no, I was like,
you created Jeff's Jumbo Nachos.
Yeah, but now that's even on the menu. So, I mean, so that's not even a special order. I'm like, no, I order pretty much from the menu.
But it was a special order at one time.
At one time, yes. 5 years ago, I ordered a special thing off the menu that ended up becoming a menu item. But no, like I said, like that, I mean, that's the thing about restaurant reviews is like they're so, they're so very specific to that day, and they're rarely ever all encompassing of what that restaurant's going to be. I've had really good food at a lot of places, And I've went to those same places and thought, it wasn't that good this time.
Well, in a broader view, would you do something like, what are the best ribs I've ever had in my lifetime? Or the best steak I ever had? Or
yeah.
Different pizzas.
You could do stuff like that. I mean, yeah. I was thinking about this just the other day. I was like, we've made it to 50 some odd episodes right now, and we continue to
58.
We've 58. Simmons 6 is pretty. I think because the topic changes every single week. The topic changes every single week. That you don't really have to replace that.
No.
But even like, am I too old to? How much shelf life does that have before it's like, hey, we've hit all the topics and people are going to want to know something different?
Yeah.
Or
you get older every year.
Or the random gripe on Wednesday. I was like, there are times where I'm thinking like sometimes those segments are either going to have to change, evolve, or be replaced, stuff like that. So that's always what Simmons Says on.
Well, I just wondered, did you have anything in your head about what you were going to do as you evolve in those?
No, I don't think that hard.
No.
Jessica Raper says, I seem to recall a Jeff Philly special at Prater's circa 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Like no peppers and onions? I don't know what y'all are talking about with this. Do y'all know something I don't know about a Philly cheesesteak? I like a Philly cheesesteak with Philly meat and cheese.
Exactly.
Is it because I don't want peppers and onions in it? Is that it?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's not a Philly cheesesteak without peppers and onions.
It's I don't know how that's a special. I don't even. Connor's laughing about something. I don't even know if he's laughing about this.
I am laughing about that.
How's that a special order to say I just don't want 2 of the 4 ingredients? It's not like I say, hey, I want a Philly's cheesesteak. Take out the peppers, take out the onions, add mushrooms, add a special other cheese, give me a different type of bread. Like, that's a special order.
Oh, I thought you were saying that is your order and you don't understand how it's a special order.
No,
And I
I'm
was
saying
like,
that is a special order.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I want a Philly cheesesteak, hold the peppers and onions. I don't know how that's a special order.
that's just a steak and cheese sandwich, dog.
That's what I say. Is there a suburb of Philadelphia that you could call it instead of a Philly sandwich? It's just like a Delaware cheese sandwich or steak sandwich.
Maybe. I don't know. Jessica Raper says she's got to meet Connor. Well, come up to the station. He'll be here. Yeah. Emily says, take out the steak. Now that's a special order on a Philly cheesesteak. I don't want the steak though. Just give me the cheese, peppers, and onions.
I just want a Philly sandwich.
Oh no. I don't understand that. Like if I go to McDonald's and order a burger and say no pickles, it's like, oh man, I always wanted that Jeff special.
I hope
that's no pickles.
Like, you know who we need to ask? We need to get your DoorDashers in here. I want to put out a memo on Chatter, be like, you ever deliver to Jeff's house? Come on the show.
That would be funny. That would be funny. Yeah,
it would be.
All right, we've went too long. All right, folks, this is Simmons Says Show. Appreciate y'all.
The other thing that you could do.
Go ahead.
Advice to high school students. You give really good advice to high school students.
Oh yeah, run from the cops. Don't go to class. All those things.
That was the most ironic one to me. You're talking to the valedictorian, a boy Christian, and telling him, "Hey, I didn't go to school for a whole semester."
I didn't tell him not to go.
No, he didn't.
Didn't tell him not to go. I just said I didn't. I don't know, man.
I hear the music playing, Jeff.
I hear the music. That tells us to get off. We're losers apparently.
Evidently.